Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to start book 3 for violin and viola. And there is already a video posted. Mrs. Holdridge did song number 2. So I will skip that when I get there, but I'm going to start with number 1 in book 3. And it's called Gavotte. So this works for both violin and viola. And if you're looking at the violin part, you have 1 sharp. So you have F sharp. So you have a high 2 on the D string, but squishy 2s on the upper strings. And for viola, it has no sharps in it. Same thing, you're going to have a high 2 on your lower 2 strings and squishy 2s on your uppers. I'm going to play almost the first 2 lines, and I just want you to listen to it for a second, just remembering squishy 2s unless something else is marked in. Squishy, high 2, so the reason I played that section is this piece is a rondo, which means that section repeats many times throughout the whole piece. So even though it looks like you only learned how to play 2 lines, you really know how to play about 60% of the piece. It alternates with different things. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about the hard things in each individual section. Okay, so that very beginning section, almost the first 2 lines, we'll call it the A section. Really, the only thing that you have to remember is the squishy 2s. Okay, there is one place where it said high 2. It's kind of towards the end of the first line, and that's because in the violin part you have an F sharp, and in the viola part you have a naturally natural B natural on the G string. Okay, now in your book it may actually mark the B section. If not, it is measure 8, and it's halfway through measure 8. So you're going to skip the half note and you're going to start halfway through. Okay, now in here you're going to notice some accidentals, and they are flats. So you're going to have backwards 1s depending on what string they're marked on. Backwards 1s, but still high 2s. So if I started in halfway through measure 8, backwards 1, high 2 for an F sharp or B natural. All right, so when I say backwards 1, instead of being first finger here where the tape would be, we're going to pull it backwards, so closer to the scroll. Okay, now what you're going to notice is this happens 3 times. High 2. In the middle of 10, it does it again. Backwards. High 2. And then it happens again, partly. Now we have other accidentals. We've got a high 2 marked and a regular first finger, so not backwards. Squishy 2, backwards 1. Use your 4. Now, why are you going to use your 4 there in measure 15? So that you don't have a string crossing up to your highest string and then back down. So I'm going to play that whole B section. It goes from the middle of measure 8 until the middle of measure 16. So it's another 8-bar phrase. Backwards. High 2. Now an exact repeat. High 2. Now part of it. High 2. Use your 4. Sorry, I looked away. I didn't know where I was. All right, then we go back to the A section again. You'll notice you'll be like, this is great. This is easy. And when we get to the second half of measure 24, you're going to have the highest note in the piece. So it's going to be 4 fingers on your top string. All right. The neat part, or the easy part about this, is it's basically coming down a scale. The tricky section is that we have a couple D sharps. So at the beginning of measure 26, if you can find that, there's a 3. Let's see, 1, 2, 3 on the A string or D string, and you're going to stretch out your 3rd finger because there's a sharp sign in front of it. And then if you continue on 2 more measures, so the first note in 28, it has an open string with a sharp in front of it. So not as high as a regular one. We're going to have a pulled backwards one. It's just like a flat that we've been playing before. Okay, so I'm going to start halfway through measure 24 with your 4 fingers on your upper string. Go down the scale, then come up 1 note, go down the scale. 3 stretched. Come down the scale. Backwards 1. All right, now I'm going to do something weird. I'm going to actually hop to the second page of this, okay? And I'm going to go to measure 61, 2. So measure 62, I'm going to start halfway through the measure, okay? You're going to notice that that is exactly the same note that you played for the C section that I just did, okay? Now, the only thing about this one, oh, I lied. It's not 62. It's 56, okay? Halfway through 56. Now, the only thing about this one is you do not have those D sharps, so it's actually easier. It's almost identical to what we just played in the C section, and I'm going to try it here. So 56 halfway through. All right, so far so good. Okay. All right, now we're going to go back to the very end of the first page, and the D section starts halfway through measure 40. All right. This one it's got a little bit of a difference, and then when you get halfway through it, it sounds like the A section. So it almost sounds like you hit the A section before you really do. There's nothing really tricky in here, except for in measure 41 and in measure 43, you have the dotted quarter note. So take a listen to the rhythms, but there's a lot of scale or stepwise motion. So middle of 40. Squishy. 1.5. Now it sounds like the beginning. And now it is the beginning. So there's the A section. All right, there's only one other section in here, the F section. All right, and this is going to start 69, 70, 71, 72. So halfway through 72, I see a backwards first finger. So that's, and there's a piano marked. In the viola book that I have, there's actually an F marked there. Okay, this one has a couple accidentals. Mostly the accidentals are a backwards one. So F sharp on the violin is right on the tape. F not sharped or F natural is going to be a backwards one. Okay, B natural on the viola is going to be right on the tape. B flat is going to be a backwards one. Okay, so I'm going to start, what did I say, 69, 70, 71, 72, halfway through 72, and I'm going to try this backwards. Squishy 2, high 3, and then use your 4, so no string crossing, and a 4 again is good. Squishy, use your 4, backwards 1 for the natural or flat, three on the top string, backwards, backwards. Good. All right, we're going to play straight through the whole thing, but this time I'll do it on viola because I modeled on violin. All right, Here we go, violas. You think you can all do this one when we get back? All right. All right, here we go. So violas have no sharps, so squishy twos, and violins have barely any sharps. Here we go. Ready, gavat. Don't forget your backwards ones. High two. High two. Backwards. Back to the A section. Stretch your four. High three. Backwards. A section again. Stretch. A section. This part should be pretty good by now. And here's your last new section backwards. Backwards. Now it's the last A section. Awesome. So don't try and learn that all in one day. I do a section at a time. So you could do A one day and then repeat that as much as you can, and then add B, C, D, E, F. So it could take you a whole week. All right, might even take you longer. All right, good luck. Bye.